Thanks to Epidemic Sound for sponsoring today's video. If you've been trying to grow as a content creator on Instagram or TikTok, but you're struggling to see results, or more likely, you're struggling to actually make money off of the audience that you've built, then I'm really glad you clicked on this video. I firmly believe that you need to start a YouTube channel this year. And no, it's definitely not too late. I personally find that short form platforms like Reels and TikTok can honestly be addicting for creators. You can churn out videos so much faster because they're shorter, and so therefore you can see results faster. You get this almost instant feedback, this dopamine boost of comments and likes and views racking up. And that feels so good to our little lizard brains. But sometimes the things that feel best in the moment are not the best for us. Many creators who grow large followings on Instagram and TikTok eventually come to realize that it's more difficult to monetize your content on those platforms than you might think. The TikTok Creator Fund basically paid out pennies, and the Reels bonus program isn't even happening anymore. And with TikTok being infamous for unreliable reach for creators, brand deals can be hard to nail down. And that's why so many successful influencers make the switch to YouTube eventually. And yes, it's about making money, but it's also about more than that. YouTube has a lot of benefits that you might not have thought of, so today I want to try to convince you to start your YouTube channel this year. Finally, I know you've been thinking about it for a while, but trust me, from someone who has experience posting consistently across YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and a podcast, I can tell you YouTube is very much worth the effort. So welcome back to another coffee chat with Katie. I'm so excited to sit down and chat with you today. Today I am drinking a delicious oat milk latte. Let me know in the comments what you're drinking. I really feel like, especially when it's cold out like this, it can be hard to get out of the house, so having a silly little beverage on the other end is good motivation to get outside for a walk and go to a coffee shop. Reason number one why you need to start a YouTube channel this year: the monetization opportunities. The thing that you need to understand is attention is just genuinely worth more on YouTube. Like 100,000 views on YouTube is just concretely worth more than 100,000 views on TikTok, for example. This is in terms of how advertisers see it, how brand partners see it. So why is this? It's because on YouTube, you have the sustained longer term attention of your viewers, where on TikTok, people are watching you for a lot less longer and they're much more likely to just swipe past. We'll talk about this aspect more in a minute, but it's also because YouTubers tend to have a stronger connection with their viewer. If this feels really abstract to you, I feel like it can be described really succinctly. 100,000 views on a 10-minute long YouTube video is way more minutes of attention than 100,000 views on a 10-second long Instagram reel. And that's why views on YouTube are worth more. It's because they represent more time and attention. Okay, so talking about the monetization opportunities, let's talk about the two main ways that you can make money on YouTube and why they kind of represent more potential income than on other platforms. So first up, we have Adsense, which is just objectively the best revenue sharing program on social media. So Instagram and TikTok each sort of had their version of YouTube AdSense, but it was very different. So TikTok had the Creator Fund, now the Creativity Program. And the Creator Fund was a set pot of money that was distributed among creators based on what proportion of the total views they were responsible for. This was not proportionate to TikTok's revenue, which meant the more successful creators, the less everybody got paid. Instagram also had their own version of this, the Reels bonus program, which is now defunct, and it was only ever invite only anyway. Like if you were from Canada, you couldn't participate, and that was also the case for the TikTok Creator Fund. It was only available in certain countries. Both of these programs absolutely pale in comparison to YouTube AdSense, which is available globally and actually offers creators more than half of the revenue that they are responsible for. So creators get 55% of whatever companies are paying YouTube to advertise on their videos. In order to be a part of the YouTube AdSense program, you do need to have 4,000 hours of watch time on your channel and 1,000 subscribers, or I believe 10 million shorts views within the last 90 days. So there is a barrier to entry, but once you achieve that, anybody can join. This means that creators are able to make thousands of dollars a month off of YouTube AdSense, which you would need to have a huge amount of views on Instagram or TikTok in order to do that. Actually, I think I have a really great example for you. Let me just pull it up. Okay, yeah, I find this really interesting. Hank Green tweeted this a couple of days ago. In the last 30 days, he had 37 million views on TikTok, and the payout that he got was $3,600. In my last few months on YouTube, I have often been getting like around 300,000 views in a month, and I get a similar payout to that. Obviously, I am not like a direct one-to-one comparison to Hank Green, but it just kind of gives you a sense of the scale that on YouTube, you can make like $3,500 for doing 300,000 views. On TikTok, you would need to do 37 million in order to make the same amount of money. Okay, but that's just the AdSense piece. There's more ways to make money on YouTube than just that, a primary one being brand deals. In my experience, brand deals will be higher paid on YouTube as well because of that sustained attention piece. And also because you can do a 1-minute integration in a YouTube video. You're not gonna do a 1-minute integration in a TikTok because that just represents a much larger proportion of the overall piece of content. Also, conversion rates on YouTube tend to be better than on Instagram or TikTok because you can put your links directly in the description, whereas on either of those platforms, you're gonna have to direct people to your bio, which is just another barrier, and you're gonna have less people actually do that. So basically what I'm arguing here is for the same number of views, you would charge more for a YouTube integration than you would for an Instagram reel or a TikTok. And another revenue stream that tends to be better on YouTube is just selling your own products. Again, because of that conversion rate piece. It's very easy to include links in the description of a YouTube video so you can really easily direct traffic from your video to whatever you want to sell without that barrier of sending people to your bio. Which, just as a little pet peeve aside, I find it so funny when people in YouTube videos say link in bio because it's like, it's not, it's just in the description. You don't have to go to any bio, but anyway. Okay, speaking of monetization and particularly AdSense, it's really important with your YouTube videos, if you want the AdSense that you generate to actually go to you, that your videos don't include any copyright music. Because contrary to popular belief, if I were to use like a mainstream pop song in this video, it wouldn't necessarily get taken down or even have me banned from YouTube, but it would mean that any of the AdSense that I generate with the video would go to the owner of that song rather than to me. Okay, so if you wanna avoid that, then you're gonna need to get some good music to use in your videos, and my favorite place to do that is Epidemic Sound, who is sponsoring this video. I personally think that Epidemic Sound is the best royalty-free music library on the internet. You can browse their music by mood or genre, and they even host playlists that are curated by some of your favorite creators. Also, and this is such a good hack, I really appreciate Epidemic Sound. They did us a solid with this one. On the Discover page, it will automatically recommend music that specifically is perfect for your channel. It analyzes the videos on your YouTube channel and recommends you music that is similar to what you've used before, and it will also give you recommendations based on your recent downloads. All of this saves so much time in music selection. And the best part is all you need is one simple subscription. It connects to your YouTube channel. It automatically protects your videos from copyright strikes, and you can download as many music tracks as you want. Another thing I love about Epidemic Sound is their creator community program. If you love Epidemic Sound, you can start recommending it to others and start generating income. At the beginning, when you bring in new paying subscribers, you'll get a free month on your personal plan. And after you bring in 12 paying subscribers, you can become an ambassador, get a free subscription, and a 50-50 revenue share for every new paying subscriber you bring in. We love a brand that supports creators and provides them with an income stream. Right now, you can get a free trial of Epidemic Sound using my link in the description. With Epidemic Sound, you can get great, catchy music, perfect for any mood or any video that you can use in all of your YouTube videos. So make sure you check that out at the link in the description. All right, enough about money. The second reason why you need to start a YouTube channel this year is because of the community building. Okay, so I did mention earlier in the video that YouTubers tend to have a stronger connection with their audience members than creators on other platforms. So let's talk about that. I find that YouTube viewers tend to be more dedicated, not like, oh, you know, I just see her on Instagram sometimes. Like, people who are subscribed to a YouTube channel feel that they are a fan of the person that they're following. Now, these are broad strokes because you can definitely be a fan of somebody that you discover on Instagram or TikTok. I definitely am. But in general, YouTube fans tend to be a little bit more dedicated and feel a little bit closer to the creator that they're following. And I think a big part of this is because here on YouTube, people still follow creators. Whereas over on TikTok, and to a lesser extent on Instagram because of the Reels feed, people are more so following the For You page. Like, in a way, TikTok's For You page is becoming the creator, because really you just open up the app and swipe through and see what it serves you, and you don't necessarily care who's making the video, just that the video is entertaining, right? Whereas on YouTube, because we still have this component of you open up the app or you log onto the website and you actually choose what you're going to watch, there's still a little bit more of that strong like brand recognition of knowing a creator and trusting that creator and then going ahead and clicking on their video. Because people do discover new content on YouTube all the time based on homepage recommendations, which is a good thing for new creators. But in general, people are more likely to click on a video on YouTube from somebody that they already know rather than somebody brand new. Whereas on TikTok, it doesn't really matter because you're not going out of your way to select your content. You're just being served it. And the same is true on the Reels feed. This is how we end up with situations like the famous TikToker with over 1 million followers who had nobody show up to her meetup. I would literally cry. The TikTok algorithm, and to a lesser extent the Reels algorithm too, seems to be more about individual videos than it really is about the creator. Whereas here on YouTube, your channel and your back catalog of videos seems to matter more. There's so much more bingeability on YouTube. Like if somebody discovers one of your videos and they watch it to the end, they're more likely to be recommended more of your content and they'll click through and keep watching. That happens to a lesser extent on TikTok. If you enjoy one of someone's videos, you might not see it again and you might not ever see their profile again. Plus, people are less likely to go over to someone's profile and watch back all of their videos. They'll probably just keep scrolling on the For You page. I also just think it comes down to the culture of YouTube. There's just more of a vibe here of like having conversations in the comment section and connecting with one another within the community, not just directly to the creator. So I personally really think if you want to build a true community and not just have like a smattering of strangers who happen to see your content, then YouTube is the platform where you want to build that. Reason number 3, YouTube's historic stability. Honestly, social platforms come and go, but YouTube is pretty dang reliable. YouTube has evolved over the years, it's true, but in general, YouTube still takes the same format that it has since about 2015. Just with the addition of shorts. The trends have changed, the way that people make their videos has certainly changed, but the same general rules apply. We've got subscriptions, we've got the homepage, and reaching people is about creating engaging videos that they want to click on and watch to the end. That means that you can actually conceivably create a content strategy on YouTube and keep it the same for like an entire year. Imagine that. Other platforms, I think most notably Instagram, are a lot more experimental, bringing in new features here and there that can really shake things up. I mean, realistically, the addition of Reels was the biggest shakeup to the platform. I feel like Instagram is a totally different place than it was before Reels, in some senses. In other senses, the vibe is very much still the same, but I just think it can feel really volatile for creators when features are always changing and it feels like there's always some new way to reach more people. That can feel kind of overwhelming. Something that I've really appreciated about YouTube over the years is like same old, old reliable. I know what I'm doing here. I know what the plan is. That doesn't mean I'm amazing at it, but like I know how you're supposed to do this thing. On other platforms, it feels like the target is always kind of changing. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's easier to grow on YouTube. It's just less stressful because you're not always trying to game things and figure out how the algorithm works. Like it's a little bit more reliable. When it comes down to it, I just love creating for YouTube probably more than I like creating for any other platform. And it's mostly because I love watching YouTube. It's where I go when I'm done my work time on social media and I go have my fun time on social media. I'm just passionate about it, so I enjoy doing it. And I really recommend if you want to be a successful creator on YouTube, then you should be a passionate consumer of YouTube first. It's just going to make you better at making videos because you'll be empathetic to and understand the position of a viewer. But really, if you're intimidated by any part of the process, from the editing to even coming up with your content strategy, I just wanted to let you know that my agency, Creatorly Media, is currently accepting new YouTube clients. There's a number of different ways you can work with us, but we help our clients create their YouTube strategy. We also do week-to-week editing. All the details about that you can find at creatorlymedia.com, and I'll have it linked in the description as well, because you don't have to be alone on this YouTube journey. We are very happy to help you. Now, if you want to see my personal process for editing vlogs, you should check out this video next, because I feel like I've really honed it in to a good workflow so I can create good vlogs and it doesn't feel overwhelming. So make sure you check that out next. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having adventures and following your dreams, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.